Welcome to day number 6 in your Fit Life 40 plan. It's a 14-day plan to build a stronger, fitter you in your 40s and beyond. And today's session is arms and shoulders. Now, it is a weighted workout today. There's only one exercise that doesn't actually have a weight in today. But if you aren't using weights, then you can do all of these movements without weights or just with household items if you can do that safely. I'm going to be using 2 sets of dumbbells today. I'm going to be using a 3 kilo set for my lighter set and a 5 kilo set for my heavier set. I want this workout to be challenging. I want to make sure that my muscles really feel it by the end, because that's how we're going to be building strength in our 40s and beyond. If you're ready, let's get going. Okay, so we're going to be starting this session with the lighter set of weights. You can start this one with no weights if you prefer, if you feel that you just want to get used to the program first before you start to hold any weights. But I'm going to be using a set of 3 kilo weights. I've got my palms facing you with the weights facing you as well. So I'm not holding the weights into my body. The palms aren't into my body. They're facing out, so you can see the pit of my elbow here. I'm going to have the weights holding themselves together at the bottom, and then I'm going to come all the way up to the top, nice and strong through the core, and then coming all the way back down. That's 1 rep, and we're going to do 12 of those in total. So get your feet planted firmly into the floor, tummy nice and tight. We're going to generate a lot of strength and a lot of stability from inside the core there. So weights together at the bottom, let's go. So all the way up to the top, nice and controlled, and then really controlled on the way down. That's where you need the strength. So that's 1, 2, good. 3, 4, tummy nice and tight and chest nice and open. 5, stay with me on timings if you can. 6, 7, 8, 'Well done. 2 to go. All the way up, all the way back round. Last 1. And take a rest. Really, really well done. Okay, next exercise, we're going to do a rotational shoulder press. So again, you can use your lighter weights, you can use your heavier weights for this one. I'm going to use the heavier weights for this one. I want it to be really challenging. I want to make sure that I'm holding that weight and challenging those muscles as much as I possibly can. So I'm going to go with my palms facing my body, my elbows are up. We're going to come around, so my palms are now facing out, push up together, back, and rotate. That's 1. We're doing 12 in total. These are not easy, so please do make sure that you are safe using the weight that you've chosen. Push those feet into the floor and engage the tummy. You can do this from sitting if you prefer. You might find that a little easier if you're struggling with a bit of core stability. But let's get ready to go. So bring the elbows up, palms facing into your face. Ready, rotate, push, back, rotate. That's 1. Push nice and tight into the tummy. 2, 3, well done. 4. This is how we're going to gain strength. Going to really push those muscles, but do it in a really safe way. Well done. Breathing all the time. Good. Push. Well done. 2 to go. Tighten to the tummy. 1 more. And rest. Bring those weights down. Really well done if you managed to do that one. That's a really tough exercise, really complex, but that's what we're looking for. Next exercise, we're going to work into the triceps, so the back of the arms. I'm going to use 2 of my 3 kilos here for this one. Sometimes I'll use one weight for this, but this time we're going to be working them unilaterally. So we're going to be working one side, then the other, then the two together. So I'm going to use 2 different weights on this one. So bring the weights up, and then what we're going to do is you're going to drop one behind, you're going to drop the other behind, and then the 2 together. Okay, so you work one side, then the other, then the 2 together, 12 in total. So these triceps are going to get a really, really good workout in this exercise here. So bringing the arms up, keep the elbows facing out. So down, the other side, and then the 2 together. If you want to put the weights together for a little bit of extra stability, then please do. Don't let the weight control you. Weights together, come back down. So that's 2. So I'm going to show you from the back. 3. Good. Well done. Halfway through. Stay with me. Good. Well done. Keep working. Again, you can do this from a seated position. Don't be tempted to rush it through. This is 10, so you've only got 2 more to do. Good. And the last one. Come on, stay with me. And rest. Really good. I'm just going to give you a moment or two just to get those arms, shake those arms out, let the blood get back into everywhere it needs to be, de-escalate for a second. Really well done. Next exercise we're going to do is we're going to do a lateral raise. We're going to come away from the body sidewards, and we're going to do a hold on one side while the other side works. So just looking in while I show you what the exercise is like before I add a weight. You're going to have your palms facing into the side of your body. First of all, we're going to bring both arms up, and then that's the only time we use both arms. And then we're going to come down with one side and then down with the other. That's 1 rep. We're going to do 12 of those. If you thought the last one was hard, you better be prepared for this one. Okay, we're going to be building some super strength today. So we want to make sure that this is a tough session. If you need to drop the reps, then please do go to 8, go to 10, whatever it is, but use your weights or use anything you've got around the house as long as you can do it safely. 12 of these, here we go. So push the feet into the floor, engage the tummy, roll the shoulders back, chest out. Okay, chin up, we get ready to go. 3, 2, 1, bring the weights up. Let's go down, down, that's 1. 2, no wild swinging of the weights. That's 3. 4, good. 5. And that's 6, so you're halfway. 7. 8, good. 9. Keep breathing. And we've got 1 more left to go together now. And rest. Really, really well done. Good job if you managed to get that one done as well, all the way to 12. If not, don't worry. You know, you can always come back and do these sessions on a different day and see how you can develop your strength. Just moving is really, really great. Okay, next exercise, we're going to be working through a single arm hammer curl to an overhead press. So working on one side, I'm going to use my 5 kilos again, a slightly heavier weight for this one. But just as you're looking in, I'm going to have the weight to the side of my body, so my palm facing my body. I'm going to bring the weight up, push, and then come back down. Now this movement here, as we're bringing the arm back down, no swinging backwards, okay? Control, control, control. All controlled into the shoulder. So you're going to be holding the weight into the other side. Okay, so we're going to work 12 on one side, 12 on the other. So pick your strong side first if you want. Pick your weak side first if you think that you can't manage to do the full rep range, because if you can't, then go for the side of the weak side first, match it with the strong. Are we ready? Let's go. So curl up, push, come back, control. Good. 2, 3. Really control it on that lowering phase. Good. That's halfway. Well done. Okay, keep going. Push. 2 to go. Push. Stay tight into the tummy. And rest. Well done. If you need to pop those weights down for just a moment, then please do. We're going to go over to the other side. Give those arms a little shake out. Okay. The arm that wasn't doing the movement is still holding that weight. So don't worry if you feel tired. Overall, that arm is still doing something. So let's switch over. Pick those weights up. Holding the weight down. I'm now working into my left side. Let's go. So bring it up, push, back down for 1, 2, 3. Well done. 4. Well done. 1/2. Good. Keep breathing. Two to go. Last one coming up. And rest. Really, really well done. We're going to put those down to the side as we come up for our next exercise, which is a frontal raise to a face pull. Now, again, a really, really tricky exercise. I'm going to be using my lighter weights, my 3 kilos for this. A really tricky exercise again. So holding the weights, my palms facing into my body this time. I'm going to bring the weights up to around about shoulder width. Then I'm going to pull the weights into my ears, back out and lower. Now the lowering phase is always the most difficult phase, okay? So really making sure that you are controlling and you're not letting the weights just control you. That is how you're going to gain even more strength, okay? That's a little secret for you. So let's get yourself ready. 12 in total of these. We're just going to work through it. We're just going to get through it. If you feel that you cannot get to 12, then stop where you can. Just make sure you're pushing yourself just a little bit, but please be sure to be safe. Ready? Palms are facing into my body, holding those weights, shoulders are back. Let's go. So raise, pull in, out, lower for 1. Up, pull, lower for 2. Good. 3. 4. Well done. Up, pull, out. That's halfway. Good job. Push those heels into the floor. Well done. 2 to go. 1 more. and rest. Really, really well done. The last two exercises, we're going to head down to the mat. Okay, so we're using our body weight for the first exercise, and then we'll add a weight in for the second. So head down to the mat into a bridge position or a modified bridge position. So where you're going to have your hands here, wrist, elbow, shoulder stacked up. If you want to be in a modified bridge position, that's here. If you want to be in a full bridge position, that's here. Okay, and we're going to do a shoulder touch. So opposite hand touches the opposite shoulder. If you're not sure how to find this modified position, come into an all fours position, step the knees back, and then push the hips forwards. That's your modified bridge position, okay? We're going to work for 12 on each side. This one's going to be really quick. Are you ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Well done. Good job. Hope you managed to control those hips as you went through there, holding tight into the tummy. There is no such thing as an isolated exercise in my workouts. I try and make sure that we use the core as much as possible. We're using balance and coordination elements as much as possible because we want that brain to have to really think about what it's doing. The last exercise then, we are almost done for the session and you have worked really, really hard, but we've got one exercise left to go. I've got my lighter weights here, my 3 kilos, I've got them onto the mat. We're going to be in the same position as we were before, that bridge position. Now, I like to hold on to the weights as I do this exercise. It's a Renegade Row, but if you find that that's really difficult, if the weights hurt your hand or you're finding that you've got a little bit of wrist instability, then you can just put your hands next to the weights, okay, either on the inside or the outside. We're going to row up, and then you'll want to put that weight down and then row up with the other side if you're putting your weights down. If not, hold on to them the whole time. It's going to increase a little bit of core engagement there as well. 12 on each side. Keep that tummy nice and tucked in. Keep the hips really, really strong and stable. And we're going to get going. So either a modified bridge or a full bridge position, whatever works for you. Let's go. So row up, bring the weight back under control. 1, 2, 3. So just in case you don't want to use weight. 4. You can just high five the mat. 5, just like that. Keep it going. Nearly there. And rest. Really, really well done. Thank you so much for joining me today. Tomorrow's session is a full body session. There'll be some strength and also some cardio elements in there. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.